Welcome to Edulution 2.0. Edulution was originally created as an answer to the COVID-19 pandemic when the world went remote and students lost their opportunity to be in the classroom. To help prevent students from falling behind, Edulution filled the gap for those who didn't have Wi-Fi or technology. Edulution has supported the community for over 2 years, filling the educational divide through equity and access, ensuring that all students have a fair chance to learn and succeed in life. Our host is Ms. Pia Rosa, a Bronx-born and raised educator with a heart for her community. Let's start the show.
Welcome to another episode. Where are you right now? Well, wherever you are, just know we are here to bring you love and learning to you.
Today we're going to be reading Oh So Tiny Bunny by David Kirk from the best-selling creator of Miss Spider's Tea Party. Oh So Tiny is a very small bunny with very big dreams. His dreams are so big, you might not think they could squeeze into a bunny so small. When Oso sleeps, he dreams that he is as big as a dragon, as big as a forest, as big as a mountain. A bunny so very big gets oh so very hungry. So he dreams of sweet clover as tall as the trees, of crunchy carrots as big as railroad cars, and fields of lettuce as wide as oceans. Is something missing from Oso's dreams? He needs a friend to play with. Are there no other bunnies so big as Oso? He hops over houses, he bounds over bridges, he leaps over green hills and valleys. But no matter where Oso looks, there is no bunny. Oso feels oh so very lonely. And his loneliness is so big. But wait, Oso feels a nibble on his ear. He shakes himself awake. Good morning, little bunny, sometimes thinks Oso. It's better to be small. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Have you been feeling down? Do you need something to pick you up? Well, I encourage you to do something that makes you feel happy and teaches you about life.
Hello, boys and girls. Miss Torres here. Super excited today to share with you one of my favorite stories. Before I get to that, today I kind of want to focus on names, right? Like, what's the big deal about names? Well, it's how people call you. It's how people know you as. But I wonder if you know the story of your name and how you got it. Some stories are really special. Some stories are funny. Some of you may find out that you were named after someone in your family. And that's awesome that we can know these things. I'll give you a little story about my name. You all call me Mrs. Torres, but my real name that my family or friends call me is Selena. I got the name Selena from my dad. And he just thought it was a pretty name and named me that. What I found out later was Selena means moon. And that makes a lot of sense to me because sometimes the moon, as far away as it is, it can really make you feel different ways at different times of the day, the year, the night. So I think it goes well with my name. So that's the story of my name. Today we're going to explore a young girl finding out about her name. And this is the story, Alma, and how she got her name. The story was written by Juana Martinez Neal. Let's check it out. Alma Sofia Esperanza Jose Pura Candela had a long name. Too long, if you ask her. My name is so long, Daddy. It never fits, Alma said. Come here, he said. Let me tell you the story of your name. Then you decide if it fits. Sophia was your grandmother, he began. She loved books, poetry, jasmine flowers, and of course, me. She was the one who taught me how to read. I love books and flowers, and you too, Daddy. I am Sophia. Esperanza was your great-grandmother, he continued. She hoped to travel, but never left the city where she was born. Her only son grew up to cross the 7 seas. Wherever her sailor son went, so did Esperanza's heart. The world is so big. I want to see it, Daddy. You and me together. I am Esperanza. Jose was my father, Alma's daddy said. He was an artist with a big family, like many people had back then. Early each morning, he walked to the mountains and the plazas to paint everyday life. Sometimes I went along. Your grandfather taught me to see and love our people. I wake up early every day, and I draw a lot too. This morning, I drew a kitty cat for you, Daddy. I am Jose. Buddha was your great aunt. She believed that the spirits of our ancestors are always with us, watching over us. When you were born, she tied a red string around your wrist, a charm to keep you safe. Hello, Buddha. It's me, Alma. Candela was your other grandmother. She always stood up for what was right. I am Candela. I love the story of my name. Now, tell me about Alma, Daddy. Where does that come from? I picked the name Alma just for you. You are the first and the only Alma. You will make your own story. Alma Sofia Esperanza Jose Pura Candela. That's my name, and it fits me just right. I am Alma, and I have a story to tell. The end. The author of the book also wrote a short story about her name. I'm going to share that with you now. A note from Juana. My name is Juana Carlota Martinez Pizarro. My father named me Juana after his mother, Juana Francisca. My mother chose the name Carla to honor the memory of her uncle, Carlos. My father was a man of decisions, so when it was time to register my birth, he changed Carla to Carlota on the birth certificate. He was convinced that Juana Carlota was the mighty name he wanted for his daughter. Thanks to that change, I got stuck with what I thought was the most old-fashioned, harsh, ugly, and way too Spanish name in all of Lima, Peru, where I grew up. Little did I know that later on, after I moved to the United States, it would feel unique and remind me every day of where I come from. What is the story of your name? What story would you like to tell? Wasn't that a great story? I love how the author told us her name story. That was really cool. And as I was reading, I made a connection and I said, hey, Alma's dad named her just like my dad named me. That was really cool and a really cool connection that I made to the book. So I want you to think about your name. Let's put our names in our brains real quick and let's think. Sometimes I like to do this thinking face when I'm really deep in thought, looking like an emoji. What is the story of your name? I'm pretty sure your name is important too. Think about that. That's something I want you to ask your parents at home. Mom, Dad, Grandma, how did I get my name? You may be very surprised that your name is special and unique and no one has your name. Maybe you were named after your dad or a grandma. Maybe your name is two names in one. That happens too. So it's pretty cool to find out the story of your name because then you find out a little bit more about who you are and yourself and why your family gave you this name. I want you to grab a piece of paper, maybe a crayon, put it in the back of your notebook, any place you can. And I want you to write out your name, okay? Look at each letter. How many letters are in your name? How many vowels? How many consonants, right? Is it short? 2 letters, 3 letters? Or is it really long? 7 letters, 9 letters? Do you have more than one last name? All these things make your name special and unique. Okay? So when you go home today, I want you to ask your family, how did I get my name? Why did you name me this? And is there a special story that goes along with it? I hope you enjoy this story, boys and girls, and I hope that your name is just as special as you are. Thanks.
Welcome to Loose Gravel, the travel show, where we explore various countries and their cultures. This program is brought to you by BronxNet, and I'm your host, Miss Merville. As a global citizen, it is your responsibility to be open-minded to different cultures and customs different from your own. It's important to also know about social issues that occur in the world so that you can understand all that makes people so unique. Last time, we introduced you to the country, Indonesia. We learned that it is located in Asia, it's made up of islands, and has very interesting animals and attractions. We even learned about batik, a painting technique. On this episode, we will discover more about Indonesia by exploring another cultural practice, food. Let's take a few moments to review the map of Indonesia. Did you remember that Indonesia is an archipelago? And that 6,000 of the islands are habitable? If you did, that's great. Let's learn some more. Key vocabulary to look out for. Good readers look out for context clues to help them gain meaning of an unknown word. Here are some of the words we'll be checking out in today's lesson. Benefits, cuisine, custom, durian, edible, lush, mangosteen, rambutan, rujak, spice, and utensils. Keep an eye out for these words. Do you remember what a cultural practice is from our last lesson? Let's review. Culture is a pattern of behavior that is shared by a society or group of people. Many different things make up a society's culture. A cultural practice would be any of these actions performed by members of that group. Here are some examples. Food, language, music, clothing, arts, beliefs, customs, and holidays. Today, the cultural practice we'll be exploring is food. Let's dive into Indonesian cuisine. Cuisine is a style or method of cooking that is from a particular country or region. Exploring Indonesian food. Time to eat. Indonesian food is incredibly varied. That's because of the influence of different cultures that have settled in Indonesia and been a part of its history. The typical dishes made in homes and restaurants reflect the influences of India, China, Holland, Japan, Thailand, Arab, and Persian cultures. Strangely enough, the spices that the islands are so well known for, like cinnamon and nutmeg, are rarely used in Indonesian cuisine or cooking. Instead, they usually spice their meals with hot chili peppers. Reflect on your own culture. What is a staple spice or ingredient that is widely used in many of the dishes where you come from? Is it used in varied ways? Fantastical fruits? The people of Indonesia eat a lot of fruit, ranging from the familiar watermelon, guava, mango, and 40 different types of bananas to the less familiar rambutan and durian. Rambutan is a spiked fruit with a sweet white inside with many health benefits. The texture of the rambutan is tender and juicy like a grape. Some of the benefits, or what makes something good for you, are giving the body iron, boosting energy, strengthening bones, and making your skin better. Many people say that rambutan helps to strengthen teeth and bones and can prevent cancer. A controversial fruit is the durian, which looks like a football with spikes on the outside and looks like scrambled eggs on the inside. Many non-Indonesians find the odor of the fruit to be very unpleasant, and yet many enjoy the unusual flavor. So before you yuck an Indonesian's yum, give it a try. You may not enjoy the durian fruit itself, but you might prefer a cookie or ice cream made with durian instead. Since I have a sweet tooth, I think I'd prefer a durian-filled dessert than the fruit itself. Ooh, macaroons, my favorite. Another rare fruit is the mangosteen, or mangus. The mangosteen is a sweet and juicy fruit with a texture similar to a peach. Something that may be familiar to you that is widely used and eaten in Indonesia are coconuts. The meat and juice of the coconut are used for treats and curries, while the oil is often used for cooking. Do you have a favorite fruit? What benefits does that fruit have for your overall well-being? What's in the sea? Surrounded by rivers and oceans, Indonesians eat a great deal of fish and other seafood, such as eel, lobster, calamari, crab, shrimp, and more. Leaves, anyone? The lush or thick rainforests provide Indonesians with the leaves of the bamboo and cassava, along with the edible hibiscus flowers and the banana tree leaves. When something is edible, you can eat it. Staple food. One food that is found in almost every single meal, every single day, is rice. It truly is a staple food of the Indonesian culture. It is put on the side of fish or meat, covered by vegetables or eggs, or baked into desserts. Kaki lima equals food truck. On the streets of many cities throughout Indonesia, the special call of the kaki lima can be heard. These food vendors have moving carts, similar to food trucks, that they push up and down the sidewalk. Each one has its own special call, from the ring of a bell to music playing. As soon as they see someone look their way, they pull their walking restaurant over and begin cooking. Culinary customs. Customs are a traditional and widely accepted way of behaving or doing something that is specific to a particular culture or society. Although the typical utensils like forks, spoons, and knives are used, Indonesians prefer to eat with their bare hands. Food is always eaten and passed with the right hand, whether at the kitchen table or in the fanciest restaurant. The left hand is considered unclean and not to be used. Let's reflect. We are currently going through a worldwide pandemic. Do you think that certain customs may have to change in order to maintain safety? Is there a custom in your culture that you feel must change? It's your turn. Let's try making a popular Indonesian dish. As we learned earlier, fruits are enjoyed by all Indonesians. Let's make rujak, an Indonesian fruit salad. It's a popular sweet and spicy fruit salad that you can order from a kaki lima. Let's watch a video of a street vendor making this dish. Get your families involved. Make your own version of rujak at home. Ingredients. You'll need cubed pineapple, cubed mango, cucumber, green apple, cubed papaya, or any fruit that you love. All fruit should be peeled and sliced. You'll also need a half a cup of brown sugar, a 1/4 cup of lime juice, 1 teaspoon of sriracha or chili sauce, salt to taste, a strainer, and a large bowl. You'll definitely need the assistance of an adult for this recipe. Homemade rujak, the process. First, add all of the fruit to a large bowl. Next, to make the sauce, add the sugar and the 1/2 cup of water to a saucepan. Bring to a boil and reduce the heat and simmer for 10 minutes to make a simple syrup. Then stir in the lime juice, sriracha or chili sauce, and salt. Bring the rujak dressing to a boil, then reduce the heat and simmer for 5 more minutes. Remove from the heat and cool. Next, strain the rujak sauce and pour it over the fruit. Toss the fruit to get the pieces covered in the rujak sauce. Then serve. Let's go over our recap checklist. We reviewed a few cultural practices and used context clues to define key vocabulary words. We explored Indonesian cuisine, text, and other media. We examined the ingredients of the Indonesian fruit salad rujak and created our own interpretation at home. We took a retrospective look at our experience today by completing this checklist. Thank you so much for watching and participating with us today. We'd love to see your creations. Send your pictures, videos, reels, or TikToks of your rujak making experience to our Instagram. Show off what you made. Be sure to tag us at Loose Gravel Travel. Thanks for watching us on BronxNet. See you next time.
Thank you for joining us today. Have a great day today and tomorrow.